5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you know what it is. It's your boy Guess Who. You now tapped into Streetnerdz Radio, the #1 station in the streets right now. We got a special guest in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Yeah, man, I go by Sean Bennett 618, aka Overlook Hero.
Man, don't forget the 618.
Can't forget the 618, man. Yeah, definitely.
Man, that's dope. So before we get started, for a lot of people who on my platform may not be too familiar with you, let's start from the beginning, bro. Where you from and how'd you grow up?
I'm originally from Carbondale, Illinois. It's like a super small town. Everybody be throwing out Chicago as soon as you say Illinois, but we more like southern, closer to St. Louis. Yeah. Southern Illinois. That's where I grew up at.
What was childhood like in Southern Illinois?
Man, see, I was born in '88, so I actually was with the times when we ain't had the computers and stuff. But it was great, man. We was outside every day, fights, positive shit, you know what I'm saying? They was doing stuff in the community at the time. Man, the fun was like knocking the fire hydrant out and having a street full of water, you feel me? Like, we just lived in a time where we was just outside as kids, for real.
Yeah, for sure.
Riding bikes for miles, all kind of stuff.
People, like you said, think of Illinois and think Chicago first.
Yeah.
What separates where you from Chicago, you believe?
Well, it's kind of crazy because a lot of people from Chicago come to school down there. We got like one of the second biggest colleges out there, called SIU Carbondale.
Okay.
A lot of Chicago people come out there, so the culture is there. You know what I'm saying? It be mixed in with us, but the separation is just, I mean, Chicago 5 hours away. We more closer to St. Louis than anything, but we got our own like type culture down there. Like, it's country.
So you would say that the culture down there is more country?
Yeah, Southern Illinois. Yeah, we country, for sure.
What would you say the biggest misconception is about where you from?
I think a lot of people like just kind of like the party scene. I feel like that's all they think of when they think of Carbondale, is just the super party scene. Well, at a time, you know what I'm saying? Times change now, it ain't the same. But at a time, we was very just known for party. And they didn't understand that it was a hood on the other side of the college, you feel me? Like, they didn't understand that, so they used to try to play, like we was sweet, and we wasn't going for that shit no matter where you was from, you and our shit, you feel me? So it was times like that too, but other than that, it was all smooth though. Motherfuckers just was partying and kicking this shit.
Man, what would you say you fell in love with music?
Fell in love with music. Man, honestly, I say, it's crazy to say this, but watching Friday, right? It's right, and it ain't no music, nothing involved. But like, I actually like Ice Cube after that. You feel me? So even after that, I started listening to more Ice Cube. I had a big ass poster of Ice Cube in my room, and I always like, I'm gonna be like this nigga. I fucked with a lot of West Coast music growing up, Tupac, Ice Cube, shit like that. My mom was real hip with that, and then she had a side where she fucked with Biggie, you know. So I say around them times, just watching Friday, learning that character, want to be like, Craig and them, that shit was cool to me.
When was the moment that you just, a spark or a friend telling you that maybe you should do music? What was the moment for you that you was like, I think I want to try this?
Man, it's crazy. We've been doing music for so long, but I say like the moment was like when I was getting out the Army, and my sergeant, he was we was just in the studio bored. We was always just rapping and shit in there. And then when I was getting out, he was asking what's my next plan. I didn't have one, you know what I'm saying? I was telling him like maybe you should try rapping. And I'm like, I guess, you hear me? Like, until I need some money though, you feel me? But I gave that shit a shot, and I just never turned back from there. He bought Pro Tools for me, or the whole setup, because I had to get shipped to Georgia.
Right.
Yeah, so before I left, he gave me the whole setup and shit. I learned how to work all that shit, and yeah.
Most people don't have people that like that in their life to
right.
Like push a dream like that.
Yeah. It was crazy he did it though. I think it was just one of them things, like, he had a studio but he wasn't using it. And then when he finally like let me start coming over, and I started just making songs, and he started seeing that, he like, damn, this nigga like actually doing the shit, and I actually got him back at rapping and doing shit. So It all kind of worked out. So, he believed in me, I believed in him.
And that's dope. Yeah. Do you remember the first song?
My very first song? Yeah,
What was it about?
What was my first song about? Okay, I consider my first song, it was called Money on My Mind. Same, typical type shit. That was probably like my first song when I got out the Army, and I was just rapping about how, shit, money was on my mind. And then I threw it on YouTube, and I mean, it probably caught like 200, 300 views, and that was something for me back then. I was like, shit, what the,
sure.
You know, I just made a YouTube, so that kind of motivated me and pushed me to keep dropping songs on there. And
I have another question on my whole, but I want to speak to the importance of you saying, my first song, I seen 200-300, and I was like, man.
Yeah, no, real talk.
Can you speak on the importance of like enjoying and taking in the moment of every moment?
Yeah.
Like,
I always tell people, especially when it comes to like views and stuff, never look at your views, because it's not about who not watching, it's about who watching. You know what I'm saying? Whoever watching, go towards them. You know, keep dropping, keep doing that. Don't focus on the views. You know, it'll be a time for that. It's kind of like money in my face. You feel me? Like, it'll be a time for that. Just keep grinding, keep grinding. When you focus on the views, it slows you down because you feel like nobody fucking with you. But you always got fans out there. I realized that you always got fans. It don't matter where you at. So I always had that representation on the YouTube. Keep dropping. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the numbers deteriorate you and just make you feel like, you know, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't got no motion because you ain't got no views. Most of these niggas paying for views anyway. So
easy call. For sure.
What's real nowadays on the internet, on YouTube and stuff like that. So that shit don't matter, man. Get the shit out there, you know?
Man, for sure. Let's speak about the time in the military and your experiences there. Was it a difficult decision for you to join the military? And
Nah. It was crazy because right before I left, all my homies went to jail. Like, literally like less than a year, and I had just graduated high school, and I didn't really have a plan after high school. You know what I'm saying? I'm a let's just go with the flow type person. And I knew I didn't want to go to college, especially there, because I was going to just party. So I was just bored one day, and I'm like, bro, I'm gonna just go to the military, and I just went. My step pops was in that shit, so he kind of threw the idea out there, and I just joined. You hear me? And then like it happened so fast. I remember raising my hand, and I was on the bus traveling, and I'm like, yeah, what the hell am I doing? You feel me? When they cut my hair, that's when I was like, what the hell am I doing? And but it was a great experience though. Super great experience. I did 4 years.
Pros and cons
of the military.
Yes.
The pros, traveling. Being able to travel, them being able to take care of your bills and shit like that. Like, that's the pros. Like, if you're a single person, you can really just stay in the barracks, and it's like college, you know what I'm saying? Save your money. The cons, man, what didn't I like about the military? I guess I'd say just, it really wasn't no, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the road. You feel me? In the beginning, you might feel like that. Like, it's all, I hate this, I hate this, I hate that. But when you look back, it's kind of like high school. When you look back, you be like, damn, that was a good ass time. You know what I'm saying? So I say I couldn't smoke weed. That was a con. You feel me? I feel like we should be able to smoke weed in the military, especially going through what we're going through, seeing what we see. And yeah, I would say that's a con. But other than that, though, I really did enjoy the military looking back at it, though, for sure.
Was it hard for you to stay a course knowing that all your friends is going to jail?
Nah, that was motivation to me. You know what I'm saying? Every time I felt like I was escaping where I was from and doing something different, I always knew I was on the right path. So every time I moved back home, I always feel like my life do this. You know what I'm saying? I don't realize it at that moment, but looking back, you see that. And it's like, as soon as I feel like I hit rock bottom, I always get the fuck up out of there. I find a way to get up out of there every time. And like this time, I just haven't went back. I've been out here since 2018 now. Yeah,
and so you would say you hit rock bottom where you at, and then you was like, I'm picking up and going to Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to move around. I always been the type that can just pack my shit and go. I don't have kids, you feel me? And then the military kind of taught me that, like, bro, just go somewhere. You can be stationed anywhere and figure out life. You know what I'm saying? The same way I get a job, same way you pay bills where you at, you can do that in another city. Especially if you got a vision and a goal behind it. You know what I'm saying? If you got goals and you driven like that, you can make that shit happen. It's like no excuses. You feel me?
The man you are today, you get an opportunity in some make-believe world that you get to go back in time and speak to your younger self.
Yeah.
13, 14-year-old self. What would be the best wisdom or life lesson you would give yourself?
At 13, I would have told myself at 13 to not focus on the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be a point in time where the crowd focuses on you. And it was like a point in my life where I didn't feel like I was fitting in, but the whole time I was. But inside I felt like I wasn't, so I was doing shit like making sure I had the freshest shoes. And, you know, and none of that shit really mattered then. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy life, be you. And whatever you want to be, you going to be it. You just got to manifest. Use that real strongly. Manifest it. Manifest it is coming. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Listening to your music, it sounds like than tell the person I'm seeing right now.
Right.
Your music is definitely in depth. It says a lot about you. For you, what do you need? Studio essentials. Let's start there. What is your studio essentials when you go hit the studio?
Man, shit that I actually really enjoy having around me in the studio for sure. Some smoke. Gotta have some weed. Gotta have that weed. I don't really like to drink in the studio. That ain't me. I can't be drunk in there. But some weed. Man, dim lights. I love the lights dim and the candle. You know what I'm saying? And it's a vibe. Once I get the vibe, and I make beats too. And once I get that shit flowing, like, it's just perfect. Everything be smooth. I love the environment that I created for myself because I don't go to other studios. I done tried that so many times and that shit just never work out. They don't mix my voice the same. I just, I learned to just save my money in that category and do it yourself. I've been doing it myself, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, keep doing it yourself.
Would you recommend most artists do it themselves?
Yeah, definitely. And I would say just jump in that water and do it. It'll save you so much time. It'll save you money. Not only that, you would be able to just be like, bro, I did all this. I created this. You feel me? Like from bottom to the end. And like I said, I've been doing that since 2006, recording myself and doing stuff like that. So I done seen so many different programs and, seeing how it changed and elevated. It's just like, we was recording ourselves in the 90s with a boom box, two of them next to each other, one playing the beat, one recording. So, you know what I'm saying? I done been around those times, man, and it's just like, I've been there where I paid for studio sessions and I just felt like, damn, these motherfuckers just ripped me off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they don't put that same passion in it that you would sit there and put in it. Everybody not gonna be good at that shit, but some people are good at it and just don't feel like they is. Just keep going with it, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody make music. Everybody's an artist. Yeah. Everybody's trying all kinds of different genres, getting into genres. What separates you from everybody else?
I would say because, I've been around this music scene, this music industry, the game, and I seen it change, and I'm not in it for the same thing everybody else in it for. Like, I got different hats, I got different goals, I got different dreams. Rap just ain't just rap to me no more. I really just paint pictures, and I just like hearing my voice on songs nowadays. Like, I ain't in this shit for no labels to sign me. I just do this shit because my people fucks with it, I fucks with it, and like I said, I just like to hear myself at this point. I've been putting music out for so long. It's like I got the passion for it, you know what I'm saying? But I cater to my people that listen to me, my fans, more than, labels and trying to get signed. I get that. But, I leave that for the motherfuckers that's just getting started and doing shit. Shit done changed so drastically in the industry now. Like, it's just like, you just got to do your shit now independently. And whoever follow through, whoever going to purchase shit, merch, shit like that on the way, them the ones you want to fuck with and cater to more than labels and shit like that.
If you had to give good game for some up and coming artists, knowing that you've been around the industry, and been around a lot of that, what would be some of the good game that you would give artists on the rise or coming up right now? I
would definitely tell them like everybody else says. Number one, invest. You feel me? Like if you're not invested in it, and people think like $100, $200, like $500. Nah, it's deeper than that, man. You got to really network, tap in with people, like network strongly. I feel like when I was coming up, that word network, I didn't like understand it how I understand it now. Like networking and meeting people, new connections, new platforms, spending money on shit like that definitely will take you a long way. Yeah. And I say make sure everything correct. You doing everything correctly. Paperwork, all that good shit. Everything correctly. You know what I'm saying? Don't half step your music and just be throwing shit out.
Let's talk about that. A lot of artists nowadays may be lacking the business.
Yeah. That was me for a long time. Still to this day, I'm still learning it. You know what I'm saying? But I've learned a lot over time from when I first doing it. And where I'm from, people don't know how to, set up BMIs and, the song trust and all the sound exchange. They don't know nothing about that shit. You know what I'm saying? We was just putting music out and enjoying that. The locals was fucking with it. So, growing from that and being out here, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, now I'm putting music out at a different level. I feel like now I got to take it to the next level. So I started learning that side. And, the shit is on YouTube. It's right in front of your phone, You just got to look it up. Take time. I always